Hi YouTube, so I thought I would do something a little bit different today. I have managed to create a cool little application for Windows, and some of you may find this quite interesting. So what we'll do is I'll just get my terminal started up. There we go, there's one, and I need the other, and we'll just have to do a little adjustment on the second one. And right click, here we go. Cool, so I've got my terminals up. I'll place them in the correct places. Oopsie. Capture nearly screwed up there. Okay. Let's see. So this is a graphical user interface for what's known as SAPI 4.0 text-to-speech voices from Windows. I believe SAPI 4.0 is for the likes of Windows 95, 98, and Windows 2000, Windows XP. Was the thing about the latest that sort of shipped with this kind of stuff. Although I have tested and run SAPI 4.0 this kind of stuff on Windows 10. It does work. This application works on Windows 10. Things may look a little bit weird here. Well, basically this is all running on Linux. I'm running, this app is running on Wine at the moment, but it is a Windows app. It runs on Windows. I've tested it on Windows XP. I've tested it on Windows 10. And those are the two extremes of her support. Like that I think is reasonable for an older app like this, or for an app that's intended for hobbyist use. But yeah, let's get into it. So this, what I've done is I've packaged up this application. I've packaged up what I can to try and sort of include a third-party directory, and you can get AT&T flextalk for this from the repository. Is considered essentially abandonware these days, but it's a fantastic text-to-speech system developed by AT&T Bell Laboratories, and it's basically abandonware now. It's occasionally a copy will hop up on the internet, and otherwise it's basically been abandoned. So what we'll do is I'll just demo what it's actually like. Alright, there we go. Test race typed in.
Hello world from NetTTSGUI.
And there you go. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat stuff.
Hello world from NetTTSGUI.
Cool. Okay, so that's the basic what it does. Now there's a lot of features in here. This looks very simple, but just a few things that I can go over that we've got here. We've got a GUI, we've got a headless server mode where you can run this because we've got a network option where you can put text into this over a network socket. We've got a full-featured help in here which documents quite extensively what the program supports, including what your audio devices map out to for when you want to set the headless server up. So you've got the IDs of your audio devices there. You can see I've got quite a lot set up here. This is my streaming setup that you can see here. I do custom audio routing in Linux by scripts. But anyway, yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of options here, a full-featured help box, and that also runs, by the way, that's also running at the same time. So I can still manipulate the GUI while this is running. You can refer to the help and dick around with this, and it's all available to you. The other key thing, the key innovation, the thing that I've sort of contributed here is the ProSODI encoder and the network connections. These are the two things that flextalk didn't have. I've added these things in. All the other stuff is broken out. I've broken out their API, the controls into this, like, it's just basically what's available through SAPI 4.0. I've broken out and I've sort of gone through their documentation and figured out how text is encoded for them, how they prefer that it's presented to their engine, and I've done a little bit of work to do what's known as ProSODI encoding. And what's ProSODI encoding? Well, this is it's like enunciation, how you speak, you know, the mode of speech, how the way you project your voice out. How do you say the words? That's essentially what it is. And some more eagle-eyed and knowledgeable viewers may already sort of figured out what these are. And based on the fact that I was talking about AT&T flextalk, this is in fact a recreation of a very famous text-to-speech, a fictional one in a game. We'll get into it in a minute. First thing we'll do is I'll demonstrate the Netcat server. So we've actually got it running at the moment. It's already started. I launched the GUI when it started. You can do all this stuff through the command line, by the way. All the GUI can control the command line. The GUI can also be controlled from the network side. You can see that in the help box. We've got there's a whole bunch of stuff here in the help box to do with controlling this over the network. I'm going to add more TCP commands over time. You can even quit or exit the thing, stop the server. Also, no, you can stop current speech. So you can self-censor through this thing as well. It's really good. What else? Yeah, we've got Netcat server. There's also another feature here which isn't documented in here yet. It's on the GitHub repo. There's a status server which lets you see what NetTTS is currently doing in terms of speech status, and it also has a keep alive feature as well, so it'll actually send regular pings. So this tells you if NetTTS is still running. Essentially, you don't just have Unix sockets, you have a network socket which will tell you if NetTTS is running about every 5 to 10 seconds. So you've got a watchdog for there for that kind of purpose. If you want to make sure it's reliable, you can reboot it if this isn't running. The cool thing about this is you can send text over the network.
Hello world from NetTTS Netcat
and the
TCP
GUI updates.
server.
As you can see, the GUI updates. I'll send that again.
Hello world from NetTTS Netcat TCP server.
And not only does the GUI update, as you can see, the status server updates. It's really, really cool. This is makes life really easy if you want to integrate this into anything and say have old school SAPI 4.0 text-to-speech on say your stream. This could be integrated to OBS or also Stream Ninja through its post-service support. There's some very basic support for some very basic API support in a lot of apps out there, which you can. I do have, in fact, got a Social Stream Ninja scripts in the repo already. I have already used this on some tests on my stream and fiddle around with it. I've integrated the chat just a tiny little bit. I had also like a permitted users list in terms of if your name is on the list, you can use it. It's just a demo, really. We'll have to do something more refined later, but it does work. You can integrate this into a stream now. So here's the big reveal. We'll get rid of that text. This is where people are really going to get excited, I imagine.
Dr. Freeman to anomalous materials test laboratory immediately.
Yes, that is correct. The Half-Life Vox system. This is what this is. This is the text-to-speech system from Half-Life. Is this system? That's what flextalk is. AT&T flextalk. I don't own it. I don't like Valve use this to make the TTS announcements in Half-Life. So for fans of Half-Life, anybody who wants to stream play games, if Valve drops the third game, this is probably going to be the TTS voice you want to use, I imagine, because you may need to do some code integration, stuff like that. I'm sure you guys will have someone who's just as capable as I am of sort of twiddling the bits, putting Rust onto the hard drives, whatever. So I'm sure you'll have someone at your disposal out there, folks, to make best use of this, because it's fantastic, honestly. And here's the other one that's really cool. You can do this for Netcat.
Freeman, you will not escape this time. Message for Gordon Freeman, you will not escape this time.
So there you go. This has all been available on GitHub for, well, I don't know, 3 or 4 months now at least. I think I've been doing this in September, this particular project. So yeah, you guys, everybody out there who's a fan of Half-Life, enjoy. People who've been of esoteric text-to-speech systems enjoy. People just enjoy like just weird little Windows apps and cool fiddly things. Yeah, have fun with it. This is free. It's open source. Um, flextalk is not, but it's available from multiple sources, including as a third-party folder within the repo. I don't. I've stated very clearly that I don't own it. That it belongs to AT&T. I'm simply trying to do this in the interest of preserving what I think is a fantastic text-to-speech system. I believe it has valid research and development purposes. So now, what I've kind of skipped over here is the work I put into to actually get from this to this in terms of the enunciation. This is in fact a completely custom piece of software. There's an entire source file in the app which does one thing. It's designed to translate just regular text like this into a specific format that will make it sound like the Half-Life Vox system when you put it through flextalk. And this is a completely custom algorithm. It's brand new. The Half-Life or call it the Vox Prosody encoder. I believe it has value in other text-to-speech systems, possibly. It's a good piece of research. I've written a paper on it, actually, inside the documentation directory on the repo. There's a ton of stuff in the repo. Dig into it, have fun, because there's a load of stuff you can do there, experiment. What I'd really like to do is to get this running on a Raspberry Pi. I've got I think a 3B with a nice heat sink. I've got an old 90s computer speaker, a large one. What I'd like to do is install a Raspberry Pi inside it and have this NetTTS running on this and possibly ship one to Valve. I'd like to give one to them. Here's the Vox announcer from your game. As a physical piece of objects, you know, you can have it in your office. You can have it announce build status on Git, whatever you guys do with it, your code, your repos, your tooling. You could integrate into your tooling and have it just speak. And the code's all free. It's all open source. All the stuff I've developed is free and available. There's also a fantastic example of an app skeleton for Win32 that's developed online. We build out of tree. There's all kind of stuff that's going on here that would lend itself to spinning up a very quick and easy Windows app if you're looking for anything like that. I'm also creating a secondary repo that's based on this. It's just a basic skeleton. So if you want to get up and running with just the basic text handling and networking, possibly sound, and a few UI controls, this is a really great way to get started. It's this thing I've developed because it's got headless server support. It's got a whole bunch of stuff there, and also most of the program logic isn't actually running in this GUI. It's actually running in a hidden window that doesn't exist on the screen. It's completely invisible. There's an invisible window that actually has all the event pumping and messaging and stuff attached. So if this GUI, this little window itself has any problems, it doesn't actually bring the entire app down. It just causes problems. It just makes weird stuff happen. So it's quite stable, right? It works, functions on a lot of message passing. I've kind of abused the hell out of the free message pumping that's built into the Windows GUI, because it's honestly fantastic. Like, you have a look at the code in the repo. You know, it's a hell of a lot of it's generated by Codex, but I spent a lot of time writing this stuff sort of on my own before I decided that main CPP was going to be way too large. You know, so, and now there's like 20 source files in there. This project has grown so much over the last 3 or 4 months, from just a little command line application to a full GUI app now. So, but yeah, I want to show things like the network can synchronize up with the GUI. I mean, I think I can do it here. Let's see if I can just, while I'm here, let's show a little demo of what goes on when you can send commands over the network and the UI updates. It's really neat. We can go right. Let's go 120. There we go, it's updated. As you can see, this little box, this little slider here, changed to 120. And then we change that back down to 100. We use integers for the command line because it's more compatible with things like Bash. Bash doesn't support floats and stuff very well, so it doesn't printf, but like it's just easier to do this with integers, honestly, in a command line. So we do that, and I can do what else can we do? I've actually forgotten what other commands are in this thing because I barely use them. But it's good to have, you know. We've got rate, we've got pitch, we've got pauses. We can stop and quit. I think I wanted to add a command to switch between the different Pro SOTI modes, but I just haven't done it yet. We'll get there. It's one of those things that's on the list, along with a bunch of bug fixes, the bugs I've just found in the last few days. Okay, so I think that's, you have to excuse me, there's motorcycles going past my house. I think that's just about it, really. Yeah, that's get out there and enjoy it. If you think it's interesting, grab a copy of the repo and have a play. Yeah, I think I'll just sign off now. Cheers.